What is up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I start off with $1. I'm trying to get 1% profit every single day until we get to $1 million. What I do in this challenge is I track everything since the beginning, but what I'm doing is sports betting, gambling, investing in crypto and the stock market, all trying to get 1% profit every single day until we get to $1 million. Right now, we are sitting on day 513 of this challenge, and our total capital is sitting at $8,286, which went up since last episode. We ended off at $8,111. We had no sports bets for the day and no bonuses, but the reason we went up so much, we went up about $175. Mainly, actually all of it is from crypto, which went up about $70. And then we had our stock market portfolio go up about $106. I've shown this in the past, but I am invested in Bitcoin mainly, and a little bit of XRP in the crypto portfolio. In the stock market portfolio, I have a bunch of ETFs, and it did really well back from June 11th. I've shown my portfolio, what it's invested in the stock market, but it's very aggressive. I might show it at the end of the video if you want to stay tuned for that. I'll show you what I'm invested in, but it's a very aggressive portfolio. And luckily, on this day here, it paid out pretty good, just getting some good returns there. So, trying to get 1% a day, we would need to get $83 for the day here. Luckily, we already reached that goal. So if I drag these numbers down real quick, just to show you, you can see our chart update here. We made 2.16% on the day. So we already reached our 1% purely from crypto and the stock market, which is awesome. That's like the best case scenario. I wish we could do it all the time. I wish the market was just, going up 2% every single day. That'd be sick, but unfortunately it does not do that. But that makes it an easy day for us. We had a really good day in the market, so we don't have to gamble and try to catch up for the day. So we'll just move on to the next day here for day 514. This is back from June 12th, 2026, and we're sitting at $8,344. We did have some sports bets for the day. We only had one sports bet, which is right here. I track volume bets on Instagram. I just tail off his bets and I just adjust them to the size of my bankroll. But there's a link to his page in my Discord server if you join there. He posts all his stuff for free. He's good at what he does, and I just track him because I'm not that great at sports betting. He pretty much bets every single day though, so that's a big push in our challenge. Other than that though, no bonuses. Again, the stock market portfolio went up about $30 and crypto stayed pretty much flat. So because of that, we only need to get only need to get $25 for the day, when our 1% profit goal should be about $83. So pretty light day. What I've been doing recently though is a community challenge with you guys, and you guys send in a bunch of strategies and test them out. It's like a battle royale type style challenge where we start off with 21 strategies, and if a strategy wins, it moves on to the next round. And how it wins is basically take a starting balance, run the strategy. I just try to make 25% on that strategy with the starting balance. If it makes 25% profit on the starting balance, it wins. It moves on to the next round. We just keep doing that until a strategy loses. Once that strategy loses, it's knocked out. So it's like a battle royale, final circle, last minute standing wins. So right now we're on round 5. We have 5 strategies left. So these have been winning very consistently. They won 5 times so far, or I guess 4 times so far. So we're gonna try to run 2 today. We only need to profit $25 for the day. But the next day, I already know we need to get a little bit extra. So we're gonna try to go for $75. So we're gonna have a $300 starting balance. We're gonna start off with this pump balance strategy by Sweet U Yash. I already have this set up, so we're gonna test this strategy and see if we can make some profit with it. And we're using $300 as the starting balance because as these strategies keep winning, they, in my eyes, are good strategies if they already won 4 times. So I'm keeping the balance at 300. I think the first round was 100 for each strategy. Then I think we went to 200, and then round 4 I think was 300. I don't remember like all the rounds, but I think we went from 100, 200 to 300. So now I'm keeping it at 300, mainly because our 4% stop loss at this rate is about $333. So I figure we're pretty much right there, but it's just a little bit easier to keep it at a flat number. And I guess we'll rip it. So the way this one works, it's pretty straightforward. It's a 1 penny bet size for every $20. So we're gonna do 15 cents. We have 15. I can't even think of how to explain this, but you know what I'm saying. We have $300 divided by $20 is 15. So we're using 15 cents, and it's on hard difficulty, 8 pumps. On win, you reset. On loss, you increase by 30%. And our profit goal was 25% of our balance, so that's gonna be $75. And we'll get started. So obviously, the fact that we're going for 8 pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a 11% chance. This keeps moving because it's, yeah. Let me do this real quick. Oh, it's gonna go really fast. I don't like that. Hold on. I want to stop it, but you know what? We'll let it go. We'll check the percentage. We need to hit. We need to hit like now. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. Okay, so this is what I was trying to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not right. Is that right? All right, so I just checked. When we win, we get it 8.41x. I guess this is like still, you know, down here is based on like the last bet we just did. Because I was like, there's no way, you know, we're going for 65x. But either way, we're supposed to go for a 8.41x on 8 pumps, right? So that's 11.65% chance. So obviously, I was trying to say before this blew up in a good way. You know, 11.65%. It's going to build up a lot. You're expecting a bunch of losses, but then once you get the hit, as you can see, it pays out really well. Our last bet, though, if we go back here, if we scroll, I wonder what the cumulative is. I really don't feel like adding this up right now, but if you wanted to, you could. If you want to add up like the cumulative, how much we were down on that last bet. Maybe we were down $78. The last bet was about 29, so maybe we were down like $100. Probably could have did like 2 more, maybe. I'm trying to think. 30%. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more. But either way, we hit that $29 bet, 8.41x, $246 in profit. I know it's a little bit kind of out of the way there, but yeah, pretty nuts. We got $138, almost double what we were going for. Needed that big time. Last episode we got a loss. One day of loss, 1 day of win. So that's very helpful. Yeah, so looking at our vault real quick here, we have on our balance, the website, we have $438. In our vault, we also have $438. So total, we have $877. So if we come back over to our sheet real quick, I'll just update this live with you guys. We'll move this strategy over to the next round. Let me try to adjust this so you guys can see it. This is the stuff I usually do off camera, but I figured I'd show you guys real quick. We'll make that round 6. And we'll mark this green since it won. Man, that one's been crushing it, man. 5 rounds of wins, dude. Keep it going. So nice. Yeah, we got a win there. We'll take that. And then coming back to our sheet, went to our website balance, which is 877.32. Massive win there. Definitely needed that. So we drag this down here. That updates automatically. So yeah, we had $138 in profit gambling for the day there. And we went up 2.37% on the day. Massive. Huge. And then this number here is 5.62. I try to track our weekly change over like the past 7 days. So that just means over the past 7 days, we went up 5.62%, which theoretically, I don't know the compounding rate, but it's probably like 7.5-ish. That if we got 1% every single day, it should be definitely more than 7% because you got to get 1% every single day. But I don't know like the exact. Probably like I would say 7.2 to 7.5% every week. Yeah, that's still really good. The past couple weeks here, if you guys have been watching, we went pretty much flat. We've been getting like minus 2%. We got 0.8% here. We went down 1% here. Went down 0.7%. Went up 0.16. So it's been really flat the past month or two. So that feels great. We definitely need that. All right, so moving on to day 515. This is back from June 13th, 2026. We're sitting at $8,474. We went down about $10 since the day we just played there. Nothing crazy. We did have one sports bet for the day, which was a loss, but it was only $15, not that crazy. We'll take it. There's proof that we placed that, and we had no bonuses for the day. I always try to claim casino bonuses or sports books bonuses like every single day, anything I can to get free money. Nothing for the day here. And what else happened? Let's see. $7 up in crypto. Stock market stayed flat. I believe this was on the weekend. So yeah, not too much change, but for the day, our 1% profit goal should be about $85 on our total capital there. We need about 93 to get our 1% profit goal for the day. Luckily, we just made 2.37%, so I'm not really too worried about trying to get that $93. We're gonna keep doing the same thing, try to get $75. So we're gonna be using, let me see here, Justin Z's 49.5 dice strat. I'm gonna try to skip around a little bit for this round, so we're not just doing the same strategies together. Yeah, I already got the setup. This is the one we're gonna rip here. Just wanna give him credit real quick, but let's hop it into the website here. And I love coming back in after a win. I like seeing this graph rather than the opposite where it just tanks and it's all red. That's brutal coming back into. So we'll refresh that. Let's vault 138.83. So that'll leave us with $300 in the balance. And the way this strategy works, super simple. Got this pulled up to my right just so I can read it off. Get it correct. It is a 49.5x multiplier. So it's a 2% win chance trying to roll over 98. You're gonna increase on loss by 3.5%. The base bet is 10 cents for every $100. And then every time you win, you switch the over and under. And then he has this other kind of condition here where when you do 75 spins, if you don't hit within those 75 spins, you divide the final bet in half and do 25 more spins. So I have that parameter in here, 75 spins, just in case it doesn't hit. And the stop and profit will be 1 penny, just because anytime we get a win, we want to flip it and reset this number of bets. So let's get started. Let's rip it. It's gonna move really quick. And luckily, the past times we've ran this, it hits very quickly. It's a 2% win chance, so really it should be like 1 out of every 50 bets. I don't even want to jinx it, but we haven't had to push it too far, I'll say that. So we're going to reset this bets back to 75, and we should be good here. We're going to switch the over-under. Okay. So yeah, it moves really quick. And you're only increasing by 3.5%, but okay, there it goes. It starts to pick up really fast. All right, let's reset here, go back to 75 bets. We have not reached 75 bets yet. We have, I believe, every single time we ran this, like I was trying to say, again, I don't want to jinx it, but we've hit this way less than, like we already hit 2 and 50 bets. Should be 1 out of every 50 bets we hit it. So yeah, we were pretty lucky with it. And we need about $30 more to get the 25% profit goal. Let's see if we can get it, man. We're getting pretty close. We already did what? The first one was $20 in profit, and then the second one was another 25 almost. Here we go. All right, that was really quick. That's crazy. That's crazy. We started at $45 and got $15 that fast. That is nuts. Yeah, 34 cents. That didn't seem right, but yeah, I guess it is. All right, so let's flip this. and within 5 bets we hit that. That's crazy. Kind of make me nervous to keep going with this, honestly. We need 15 more dollars. So we're gonna hit 1 in 5 more bets like that. We will be good for the day. Here we go. Hopefully this hits. There it is. Oh, I was getting so nervous. All right, whew. It's a quick one. Yeah, we got $81 in profit for the day. So I'm gonna enter that in the sheet. I'll be back in 1 second. All right, so day 515 was a win. We got $81.80 profit gambling today. Love to see that, man. Doesn't quite recover us from the loss last episode. Actually, that one, it does. So yeah, between these 3 wins right here, we are fully recovered, which feels pretty darn good. Yeah, we went up 0.86% on the day instead of our full 1%. But these past 2 days here, we already made more than we needed to, and I'm not too worried about it. And this next day, we'll see, what we're getting into here. But we're ending off day 515 at $8,556. So we're gonna do one more day of playthrough here, just trying to catch up on some playthrough in the challenge. For day 516, we're sitting at $8,428. We did drop a good bit since the day we just played there, mainly due to our sports bets. This is during the NBA Finals. This is back from June 14th, 2026. We had a lot of futures cash out. Unfortunately, I think they were all losses on the futures. Yeah, they were. Yeah, all the futures we had placed didn't hit or didn't, win, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that does kind of hurt, but it is what it is, man. I don't know what else to really say about it. We had a lot of futures. So if you look at our futures column here, this column tracks all of our futures placed in any type of sports bet that's, probably I'd say at least a month out or more, some of them like a year out. But we went from 806 down to 630, so about $170 of futures got wiped. Either way, other than that, we had no bonuses for the day, and I think technically for the day we actually made $43 from the one sports bet. We did profit technically for the day, but like the futures did cash out, so like we're a net loss. But like that day, bets placed, made money. So $43 sports betting. We lost, $170 from our futures cashing out. So I got, taken out of the tracking sheet here. Crypto was flat, stock market was flat. And our 1% profit pool should be about $84. And since we went down with the futures mainly, we need $213 for the day to reach our 1% profit pool. But we're not gonna be going for that. We're just gonna do another strategy and try to make $75. Actually, you know what we might do? We'll do 337. We'll do our 4% stop loss because I'm running the strategy that I'm very confident in. I've been running this for a very long time and it's still going. The Keno Auto strategy I've been running on this channel for a grip. It's actually by Dre. He's a YouTuber. He's the one that created this, so I'm not taking credit for it. But 1K David 2000 in our Discord server is the guy that submitted this, so I give him credit for this community bracket, or I guess this community battle royale challenge. So we're gonna run this. It's a great strategy, hoping to make some good profit today. All right, I do want to move this over to the next round real quick. Forgot to do that. There we go. Okay, so got this set up already. I know most of you guys have probably seen this, so I'm gonna explain it though, because I'm sure there's probably someone new here that has no idea what's going on. But let me quickly, I don't even need a calculator for this. I don't know why I did that, but always good to be exact. We're at about $4.80, so we have our 4% stop loss of $377. The way this strategy works, I'm gonna actually probably get this going just because it's gonna take a while. So I think we're good to go. I'll explain everything. Okay, so this strategy has like 2 progressions that you will switch between throughout this whole strategy, but the way it's set up is the starting balance is this moving correctly? It seems like it's going really fast. I guess we just got a bunch of wins. Sorry, my bad. I was getting nervous. I'm not running the strategy correct at first. I think we're good. I think we are good. Yeah, I think we're right. But yeah, the way this works is you take your starting balance. So for me, that's $377 and divide it by 4,000. So for me, that's 84 cents. We're gonna start off on medium risk, and on win, you increase by 0.5%. On loss, you increase by 0%. And then your stop on profit and stop on loss is 100 times your base bet. So for me, that's $8.40 both ways. Obviously, why is this going so quick? All right, I know what I messed up on. I'm pretty sure I did this the first time too because it moved so quickly. The bet amount, it's not supposed to be 84 cents. It's supposed to be 9 cents. That explains it. I was gonna say that usually runs for like 5-10 minutes on a progression sometimes. 4,000 divided by your balance, okay? And I'm gonna keep sticking with the $377. So that's gonna be 9 cents, not 84 cents. I don't know what the heck. I don't know how I got that. So this should be 100 times your base bet. So yeah, I don't remember. Pretty sure so I did wrong the first time. So we're just gonna restart here. We're still up in profit $1. So it's all good. I'm just gonna restart from scratch. I messed that up. Yeah, you start off at 4,000 divided by, you take your starting balance divided by 4,000, and for me that's 9 cents. We're on medium difficulty. On win, you increase by 0.5%. On loss, you make sure you increase by 0%, not reset. And then your stop on profit and stop on loss is 100 times your base bet. So for me, it's $9. And I guess we hit a 67x there. That's pretty sick. Pretty big jump. But yeah, so the way this works is like if this strategy happens to go $9 in profit, we just reset, run it back. If it goes $9 down and we lose $9, we go to a second progression, which is like a high risk version, change up a couple things, change up the bet size and everything. I'll explain that once that happens. And then you run it back, and then you just repeat those progressions, flip flop back and forth until you either bust or make the initial profit, which would all make sense as we keep going. So I'll explain it if we end up winning or losing each progression, but I'm gonna speed this one up because it does take a long time. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so it did make profit, so we just reset back to 9 cents there, and we run it back. That's simple. Again, once we end up losing a progression, I'll explain how we adjust. But, you know, obviously the way this works too, if you couldn't tell already, you're trying to get an increase on your bet size, ideally on this is like best case scenario. Once you get like super low balance and you're doing massive bet sizes, as this whole strategy keeps going, you're trying to have these like big bet sizes and then end up hitting a 67x, a 400x, a 900x. That's like, you know, the unicorn. That would be sick and awesome. I've actually hit it once, I think on the other progression that we do. I think it was a 500x. So yeah, it's obviously very rare for that to happen, but you want to hit those like giant multipliers, obviously on a bigger bet size. You know, on a 9 cent bet size, it'd be great to hit one of these, but you're looking to hit it on like a $10, $20, $30 bet size. That would be sick. But yeah, I'll keep speeding this up and keep popping back in until I explain the whole strategy, and then we'll speed up the whole thing. All right, so that progression did bust. We went down $9, hit our stop loss. So what we do is whenever we hit the stop loss, we double up our initial bet size. So for me, that was 9 cents. Now we're going up to 18 cents. And then again, these are going to stay at 100 times the base bet. So it's going to be 18 and 18. On win, we're going to go to 0%. And then on loss, we go to 1% increase on loss. We go to high risk and we add these two squares here and then run it. So, you know, if we make our profit, we end up $9 in profit total on the whole sequence. If we go down another $18, we go back to the first progression on the medium risk that I already showed you guys. And then we just keep doubling the bet size and the stop on profit and loss every time we hit a different progression. So we keep going down, we just keep doubling up until we end up either busting or profiting. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to speed up this whole thing from here on out because it could take a very long time, and that's how you run the strategy. So yeah, I think I mentioned this last episode too. I want to bring it up in this episode. Right now with the community challenge, doing the battle royale type thing, I'm trying to not necessarily get like the 1% profit pool every single day. Obviously we're still doing like the sports bet and everything in the background, but for the gambling purposes, I'm trying to just do the community challenge, keep it kind of simple and light, not push for the 1% profit pool every single day, except with this strategy because I like this one a lot and I think this has potential, as you can see here, to make some good profit if it works out, which luckily right now we're hitting some good hits. But yeah, I'm kind of taking a step back from being aggressive, trying to get 1% every single day, and more or less at this point, just trying to get through the community challenge. Massive dip now. As soon as I talk about it, man. All right, we're probably gonna have to adjust here in a second. And also too, a lot of people were leaving comments in the past few videos. Let me increase this, about me playing live games. I mean, to start going back to live games and playing other stuff. I know I've been repeating the same strategies and everything, running the viewers' strategies, but you know, obviously we're running the same ones over and over again at this point since we're later in the challenge. Okay, making sure I have that set up right. Yeah, running the same things over and over again, it gets a little bit stale. But I do want to have the community challenge like the only gambling content, or not even content, but like the only, like in the tracking sheet, I want to have the gambling for the community challenge like the only thing. I don't want to like take a step away for a couple of days and play like other strategies, because I want to see at the end of all this the stats of like how much we made in profit or loss total from the community challenge. Like if all the strategies ended up being like profitable over time, or if we lost a bunch of money throughout the whole thing. I just want to be able to have like the data to be fully, purely the community challenge and your guys' strategies. So we're gonna stick with this until it's done, and once this is over, we'll do some other stuff and go back to some old stuff. So maybe some new stuff, you know, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this for now, trying to get through as fast as I can, but that's dependent on how good your strategies are and when they end up busting all together. So that's the game plan. I'm gonna speed this up and I'll be back probably once this is all done. We're gonna run it the whole way through. This progression is not looking too great, but hopefully it comes back. All right, we just hit the 400x on a or I guess, was it a 14 cent bet? It was. So yeah, we hit $57 from a 14 cent bet, which is pretty sick. Unfortunately, not to complain, but it would be way cooler if that was like a dollar bet at the least, or you know, like a $2 bet. We've seen this get up to like $5, $6, $7 bets. That would be crazy, but we'll take it. I'm not gonna complain about it. The reason I'm popping into, obviously I wanted to talk about that huge hit. That's sick. The chances of that happening are clearly very slim. But we are only $7.34 away from our profit pool. So what I'm gonna do is kind of bring down the risk a little bit. We just need to get 734. So we'll bring this down to like 8 cents and adjust this to just get to that profit pool. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Make it a little bit safer. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get through one more progression here, one more like sequence, and be done. So I'm gonna speed this up. I'll be back hopefully when this profits. Oh man, we busted. Dude, it got so close to coming back at the end there too. It worked so hard on that last progression. Like it oh my gosh, it came so close a couple times. and the highest we came back, I think it was, I can't get the exact, maybe it was 60 bucks. I thought it was like almost 70 bucks, where like if we got any hit, we were gonna find. We went up to a $23 bet, wagered $5,000. We were so close. We needed literally one more win from where we were at. We probably could have took like 1 or 2 losses, and then one more win on a 3.5x would have got us. That's so brutal. I'm just gonna do an all-in bet for the heck of it. You know what I'll do? Yeah, let's just go for it. Yeah. All right, man. That's so brutal. We only need like $7 from that last progression, and ended up burning $364. Actually, it's probably more, because I think we were probably like 430. The 440, I think, when we started that last progression back here. We were up $76. So yeah, we're probably up like, man, dude. I was really hoping to. We hit like an 11x or something. Or sorry, I guess it was an 8 or 13x on like a $10 bet and stuff, or like a $15 bet. That was shooting us up so much. I was really hoping we were gonna hit like a 13x on this like $23 bet or something. Oh, or even like a 63x. Could you imagine? That's so brutal, man. We were so close. So close. That's so frustrating. 582.12 left in the website. Hurt, pain. Man. Alright, let's get our sheet pulled back up here. Definitely a little bit too aggressive. I mean, I gotta run it. Even if I did $300, I would have lost $300 instead of $377. So, you know, the amount I can't be too upset about. What do we have? 582.12. Okay. I was watching the whole thing though. That's why I'm like in shock. My heart is going crazy, man. Okay. It is what it is. We'll update this though. Mark that red. I was really hoping that one would go all the way. All right. Got that red. And that's gonna bug me. Why is that not the right red? It's that one. There we go. Yeah, the Keno strategy finally busted. Man, dude. I was waiting. I was just trying to manifest so bad to get like a couple G's off that one. I think it was well deserved that we get shot up to like 10 grand. I was like really, I was manifesting it so hard, just imagining it, but it didn't happen. And we were honestly doing really good recently. On the past like 5 or 6 days here, we were catching the website back up, and then we just got knocked right back down. Been a struggle gambling, like big time recently. Okay, where are we at here? Why is it saying 100%? Oh, I gotta check this down too. Man, energy destroyed. So devastating. And guess where we're back at? After day 516, we're sitting back down to $8,051. That's what happened in the last episode too. We got knocked right back down to $8,000. We just can't catch a break, man. Can't catch a break gambling. I mean, of course, it's what it is when it comes to gambling, but dude, it's just like so frustrating. Oh man. Well, on the video overall, we went down a total of $235. We lost 5.9% on the day there at the end. 516 went down 5.9%. So for the video, that means we lost 0.5%. We did so good on the first 3 days, and we just wiped it all on the last day there. Oh man, that's so painful. That's a huge mood. I gotta take the emotions out of it, but like, it's just crazy, bro. Crazy. All right. That's gonna be it for this one though. Tough video. I don't think I was taking a breath during that entire, it went on for like 5 minutes probably, where it was like on the last bet, there was like 20, $30 left. in the balance, and then it would come back to like 300, 350, $400, go the whole way back down. It was stressful. But we're probably sitting about right in the middle of this blue line, if I had to guess. I know it's like, just, you know, it's so zoomed out, it's kind of hard to see it, but we're definitely not sitting at the top here. We're probably about right where my cursor is, if I had to take a guess. Overall, here are our stats though. We have about $748 from sports betting over the past 2.5 months. Our crypto portfolio is down about 14.8%, and then our stock market account is up about 20%. We have $4,383 in bonuses, and out of our total days we had to gamble, we have a 71% win rate gambling. So, man. And then here's our stock market portfolio. I did mention I'd show us at the end of the video. So those are our holdings that I picked originally for our portfolio, and on the right you can see our target allocation, which is the bottom number here we want it to be, and then the top number is what it's actually allocated towards. And every time we put money into here, it gets diversified into the holdings that are like underfunded. But yeah, these are all the holdings if you want to check that out. And again, I'm very frustrated because I wanted to, honestly, after this video, if we would have made profit, I was going to put more money into the stock market portfolio, which we have not done in a long time because we haven't been able to get past 8,000. We just keep getting stuck at 8K, which is so frustrating. Like I said, I just want to keep putting money into the market, invest in it. It's been doing good. And in crypto too, but we can't do that until we have enough profit so we can continue to use our sports bets and gamble each day. So got to keep things where they're at for now, but hopefully our luck will turn around soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. As always, do not gamble. It's a losing game in the long run. Do something smart with your money. Invest it, save it. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord server if you're already in there. And until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.